What's up? Make sure I turn on my do not disturb this time because my phone was ringing like crazy. Focus. All right, so I got that on. Hello, hello, hello. What's going on, good people? Happy Monday. Happy Monday. This rain, y'all. This rain in Georgia is crazy. Where y'all at? Y'all got rain where y'all at? Is this a mess? Today's been one of those up and down days, up and down. Busy, not so busy. Busy, not so busy. What's going on? How y'all day been? Where y'all checking in from? Let me know, let me know. 50 State Freight, Shampoo.P, Musabali 16, Notorious _Allure. What's going on, you guys? I just wanted to hop on real quick. Memphis. Okay, Memphis. I'm from Chattanooga originally, but I've been in Georgia, maybe like 30 years. Yeah, somewhere up in there like 30 years. What's going on, 50 State Freight? What's going on, Devin the Freight Broker? But yeah, I just wanted to hop on real quick while I had a little free time and just talk about, it's Paul. What's going on, Paul? We're going to talk about our mentorship program a little bit, like our mostly asked questions. All right, let's get Devin in here. Paul, that's what's up. Let's see, Devin is trying to hop in here, but what happened? What's up? I am MK Jones. Okay, there you go.
What's happening?
Hello, Mr. Hudson.
What's goody? What's
How
up,
are
world?
you? Just popping in for a second while we got a little free time. It's been one of those days, like up and down, busy, not busy, busy, not busy.
Monday, you feel me?
Yes, so we got a little time on our hands.
What's
I,
happening?
Ali. But we just want to talk about a few of the frequently asked questions that we get in regards to our mentorship program. And one of the main questions we get is, first of all, well, when you come on to the mentorship program, we also have it to where you get an opportunity to be a freight agent as well. And a lot of people want to know if that's guaranteed. Yes, that is guaranteed. You are guaranteed to be under us as a freight agent when you come on to the mentorship program. There is no test you have to take. There is no quota that you're meeting. There's no application process or anything like that. The mentorship piece comes with you actually being an agent under us. Isn't it still working hours? Is it supposed to be like a H hours?
Might be H, but yeah, it's still working hours. That freight
Yes.
up.
Yes, absolutely. But yeah, that's one of our most asked questions. So yes, everybody gets the opportunity to be a freight agent under us, and it is guaranteed. You got one?
Oh, I got one. Everybody, big question. How soon can I start making money, and how much money can I make doing this?
Yes.
My answer to this is the same as I tell everybody. It's up to you. I've had people that's been with me 2 years haven't made a dollar. I've had people that's been with me 3 weeks and making thousands of dollars a week. So it's really all on the person. A lot of people, like they'll come into a business or idea thinking like, hey, it's a business, but I don't have to do no work. Like you think, okay, I started this shit and money just gonna flow to me. No, you actually have to call people. You have to push past the no's, push past the uncertainty and the doubts to get to that next level. A lot of people stop at a couple of no's. It's the people that go past those no's, say fuck the rest of the no's, and get to the right people. Those are the ones who I see succeeded. So it's all on you. how quickly you can make money, and how much money you can make. Absolutely no limit. I've had people make $5,000 a day, $10,000 a day, whatever. Like I've made $60,000 weeks, whatever. You can do whatever you want. There's no limit to the amount of money you can make. Except
Mm-hmm.
that's it.
It's sales. It is sales. It's not corporate sales. This is, you're in an entrepreneur world, so you can make as much money as you are putting effort into making.
So
You know,
somebody said the secret to client retention. Ooh, I'll give you that one. Continue to build a relationship. You ever like think about it, right? Man, woman, whatever. If y'all are going through the dating process and you just got their phone number, but you don't hit them up, y'all don't go out to eat, y'all don't talk on the phone, y'all don't share laughs, y'all ain't built no kind of relationship. You just another number in the book. You know what I'm saying? It's the people that go above and beyond to build a relationship and continuously reach out to those people, follow up, so they don't have to call and say their name when they call. When they call, they see your number on the call ID and they know who it is. That's client retention. All my customers I've had since I started. You know what I'm saying? So, and the same with a lot of my mentees. You start to build relationships. Stop doing transactional business. Those days are gone. It's not the recession no more. You actually have to build relationships, nurture those.
you went mute. You went mute. What? Something wrong with David's phone, or is it mine? Dang, is it me? Okay, I don't know. Can y'all hear me or no? Oh, I'm like, is it my phone? Okay.
Yeah, customer calling in. My bad, people. My bad. That phone ring, I got to answer.
Right. Do customers work with more than one broker at a
Absolutely.
time? Yes, absolutely. They do. They do.
You know, your goal is, there are certain customers that you can reach out, that you'll reach out to, and they'll have 50, 100 brokers in an email chain. Those are not the customers you want. The kind of customers I have, when they send an email to me, it's addressed to me, like not to, hey, broker team or nothing like that. It's like, hey, Devin, can you do this? Or they're calling me directly. That's why you really want to build the relationships with the customers versus trying to do transactional business. Because if you're building good relationships, they're going to know, hey, when
Somebody calling them again.
hotline. My bad. Yeah, the ass wasn't working. I was
All
yes.
right.
My phone, they got to email me, but yeah, I forgot what I was talking about. But yeah, they do work with more than one broker. But you want to be that main person they reach out to directly to be able to get their freight covered. Because you do that, a lot of times you got those kind of customers where they reach out to you directly. It's like name your price, pretty much. Like, hey, give me the best rate. Let me know what you can do. It's not like that old penny pinching freight that you will see a lot of people talk about. So what other questions?
Next question is, dang, I just had it in my head and then my phone rung. Hold
Boom. How
on.
is booking trucks and making sales calls at the same time? Task management, baby. Task management. So, especially on the spot market, it's kind of difficult. It just depends on how your customer scheduling is. But if you have like downtime in between you got a load book like this morning, I may have had like 10 loads to knock out. Knock those loads out, you're pretty much done by like 11 o'clock, something like that, knocking those loads out. So you can make phone calls, and then as far as tracking loads and everything else, that's all done via email, and tracking. So you can knock out, get all your loads booked that you may have had, been awarded like a day prior or something like that. And then after those are booked, go ahead and make your phone calls. But of course, you have phone emails that come in, here and there that you're able to handle it. But as you grow, because you're going to grow, you're going to have to hire. You're going to have to, scale, duplicate yourself because you're not going to be able to handle but so much business. Like before you blow up, like let me see, the most I could handle in one day by myself was how many loads? Like 30, 20?
It was about between 30, about 30 to 40.
Like 30 or 40 a day, but that's like you about to have a stroke.
Yeah, that's
You know what I'm saying? So,
that's overkill.
that's stroke. So really, like once you get to the point where you're doing like over like 20 loads a day or something like that, you want to look into like getting you some kind of help, so operational help, like to answer the phones, post the loads, book the truck, stuff like that, because it can get overwhelming. So that way you can continue to call and build your business.
Absolutely. And like you were saying, like in the very beginning, you're not really gonna be booking loads anyway. You know what I'm saying? Booking trucks. If you don't already have like an established customer base, then the only thing you're really doing in the beginning is making those phone calls. So you're not even worried about booking trucks at that particular time. But like Devin said, it's like time management. That's where your CRM comes into place. That's where your TMS come into play. There are a lot of different systems and tools that we use to be able to help us maneuver effectively as well. So that's something that we teach our agents as well, like how to be effective and not lose your service level. You know what I'm saying? Not have your service level decrease just because now I'm no longer really making all the phone calls. I'm now booking trucks. So how do I do all of this at one time? So we teach all of that in our mentorship as well. And to segue into my next thing is people always ask too, like, are you guys really there for us once the class is over? Yes, we are definitely there for you once the class is officially over. Like the live teaching portion may be over, but as far as like us helping you, that does not stop, because it doesn't do anybody any good if you're in the mentorship program and then it's like, oh, we're going about your business, go ahead and make them phone calls and don't hit me up until you
There's
get a customer.
plenty of little stuff like that online. You can catch those for like $99. Somebody take you on your own.
Right. So absolutely. But that's not us. So once the class is over, we are definitely still there for you. We answer your questions. We do have a every other Thursday Q&A session as a group. And then once even when the group coaching call is not going on, then you can still reach out to us and we still assist you along the way as well. What if you have built a good relationship with the customer and the carrier messed up their load? How to get over that, save the customer? I mean, it really just depends on the situation. I mean, we've had numerous situations pop off, but we were able to save the customer. I would just say one is you may have to take a loss on a load, which is something that we rarely do. Because a lot of times the carrier, if they mess up, the carrier has to eat that cost, and we're
Mm-hmm.
just deducting that whatever the damages is, we're deducting that back from the carrier. So if a rate was supposed to be 3,000 and the carrier screwed up, and we're well within our rights to deduct money, they may get $1,000, or it could lead all the way up to non-payment. It just depends on what it was. Or we've had situations to where the freight flew off the truck. So when the customer catches wind of that, like, what? The freight flew off the truck. Now we got damages, we got insurance claim, we got all of this going on. Who's going to get the freight off the side of the road in the street? So that's something we had to figure out. So we have to do conflict resolution as well. So in that situation, that falls on the carrier. The carrier that's an insurance claim on the carrier. If we got to take money away, that also falls on the carrier. And we just make it right with the customer because we had to figure out how to get the freight off the side of the road, back on the truck, and still have it delivered. So the customer in the end is happy because it's still delivered, but it's like, damn, my customer's freight is damaged. But everything ended up working out. We were able to get it delivered. So things happen, but it's the way you handle it. Now, if something happens and you don't answer the phone, or you trying to just work it out and you don't let the customer know, that's where you got some issues at. You got anything to add, Devin?
Well, I would say number one, it's all about, like I said, number one, the relationship you build with the customer. A lot of people have transactions, so if you're building a good relationship with them, Something as small as that won't, mess up our relationship. Number two, if something happens, be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Be honest with the customer. Don't try to like create a story or something like that. Don't try to, um, you know, get around having to address the issue. Face the issue straight on. Call them immediately. Let them know, hey, the driver fucked up. They didn't do this. Whoop, whoop, whoop. But I've already reached out to a tow truck company to be able to, go lift the freight up off the side of the road to put it back on the truck so we can at least get it delivered there. I'll shoot you over the carrier's insurance information so we can start a claim. Like, call them, alert them of a situation, but make sure you have at least an idea of how to fix it or correct it or get at least the freight delivered or something before you call them, because you hate to call somebody with a problem and no solution.
Mm-hmm.
So think about a solution to the problem or how ways you can, solve it, or if you can, and then reach out to them and just be completely honest about what happened and be transparent and just communicate. If you do that, you will not lose a customer, because I've had some super terrible situation, like Tia said, freight falling off a flatbed because the carrier says the freight was sharp and it cut its straps. We've had very expensive sculptures crushed by carriers because they thought that a full truckload meant they could throw other freight on the side without nobody else knowing. And then they slam on the brakes and the freight just crushes this $100,000 sculpture made out of aluminum. So we've had it all, kind of happen. So stop this fucking stuff. But yeah, it's just all about the relationship. Hold on one second.
As a freight agent under Hudson, will we be handling all the payments, or Hudson Freight handles all that part? No, you don't do anything related to payments. The broker will actually handle that. So paying carriers, the broker handles that. Also, when it comes to like if your customer does owe money, like they have invoices unpaid, then it is your responsibility to reach out to them like, hey, when can we expect payment? These invoices are due, this, that, and the third. So that portion you do handle, because we want you to talk directly to your own customers. But as far as like paying carriers and all that, no, that's not something that you have to handle. That's handled by the broker. So no worry about paying anybody.
Yep.
Another question that we get is, when do I get paid? So it's commission only. It's commission based. So when you start moving loads and making a commission, you actually get paid every week. So there is no week in the hole. You don't have to wait no time frame. So if you were to come into the program now and you move the load and you get your signed POD and it's in by Friday, what, 1 p.m. Central?
Stand time.
Okay, you get paid the same week. So depending on who you bank with, the money be in your account on Saturday or Monday. So every single week, no matter what that looks like, if you made $50 that week, that money's gonna be in your account that week. If you made $10,000 that week, that money's gonna be in your account. That's it.
Too
You
easy.
you get it that same week.
What's your process of quoting multi-stop truckloads? It's the same process as quoting a single-stop truckloads. I don't care what kind of truckload it is. I
Yeah,
don't care what truck it is. It's all the same process for me. Like, it don't never change. It's the same process.
that's it.
Something you can train to you have your VA go do that. It's something you posting every load you're going to post, or you're going to email or reach out to your network that matches the criteria for that shipment. No matter what the shipment is, it's all going to be the same.
Yeah, and
One
the
stop.
the carrier is going to be the one that give you that rate. You're just basically passing down the load information or requirements to the carrier, and then that carrier is going to decide like, okay, it's a two stopper, one pick, two drops, one pick, whatever the case may be. That carrier is going to give you that rate based off how many stops it is and how many
Right.
drops it is or whatever.
Another misconception. I hate this, especially when you get dispatchers or you get truckers or drivers that come in on this side of the fence. Their first thing is, oh, I like to be at $2 a mile, so I'm cool. $2 a mile on the load. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all gotta get this $2 a mile. I don't know where this thing came from, the $2 a mile thing, but it's not a thing. Okay. But I digress. So every load, every lane is different. So don't go on this thing with the mindset of a dispatcher or something like that. Like everything I need to be at $2 a mile, because every lane is not a $2 a mile lane. So the only way you can find out, even though there's all these features where you got rate mate, and they say it's all these little websites that you can go to and get your rating, right? Those websites will have you non-profitable and fucked up. You know, for somebody who actually does this daily a lot, you know, I've actually went to those websites to compare them to the rates I'm getting. They ain't matching up. The only way you can find rates that can make you competitive is to actually post the loads, get multiple rates from different carriers, because every carrier's rates, every carrier's costs is completely different. Like it's not even in the same ballpark a lot of
Mm-mm.
times. You know, carriers that are, you know, for some lanes, they're like, I need 5,000, I need 48. Then you get those other carriers call in, hey, I can do it for 29. You know, I can do it for 32, and they have better MCs than the ones that quoting you high ass rates. So rates are everywhere because everybody's costs are completely different. Some people are still living in that pandemic market, holding on to the dream of these high ass rates. That's not going to get you the lows. It's like you have to be competitive. We have to be competitive to win the freight. So that's what it is. So know that you have to post a load to get carriers from the market, because the carriers do determine the market.
Absolutely. And then you also have, there's definitely going to be a difference when you got a new carrier in the marketplace. So now they like out here trying to charge all these high rates, and they're like, shit, I ain't getting no freight. I ain't getting no freight. Like you got these high ass rates. That's why you're not getting no freight. So it's like you gotta come down.
Mm-hmm.
You so you got those carriers who've been in the industry for quite some time. They're running multiple trucks, or they ran that lane before, or they just like, I gotta get the load. You know what I'm saying? I gotta win this bid. So they're not trying to charge $3-4 a mile. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta be competitive out here. There is freight out here. There's still money to be made. You just gotta be competitive, and you gotta do your market research.
Definitely. What's your opinion on growing Indian dispatchers in this company? I don't care if it's Indian, white, black. Like, it's not about race or dispatcher. It's just about service. So I don't care if it's Indian, Russian, Chinese. You know, we got this whole colorism mindset here. You know, it's people in general. Like, service is what we're after. We're after good service, good quality carriers with good quality MCs. You know, if they're Indian, I don't care. I just want to make sure that I'm dealing with a great carrier. Everybody outsources their services, whether it be India, the Philippines, Jamaica, wherever people outsource. We understand that. But if you're representing the carrier and you're representing them, you know, not the right way, like you have a Gmail or a different email address not associated with the carrier, or you know, I hear like it's like a boiler room type atmosphere in the background. Like those things would give me red flags. So I look at carriers I deal with. So I'm also looking at service, the carrier's history, insurances, everything, making sure they even actually have a truck. You know what I'm saying? So that's my big thing, but not so much. I don't really care if they're in it or not.
And just making sure, no matter what race you are, like Devin said, but just having good English, speaking good
Yeah,
English.
I
That
got
that that's a big one. You know what I'm saying? We got to be able to understand what you're saying and stuff like that. And that's not just on our part, that's also on the customer's part as well. You know what I'm saying? We get customers sometimes like, excuse me, who was that just answered your phone? Like we had VAs and stuff like that, and some of them just did not speak really good English, and the customer's like, no, I'm calling you directly. And it was nothing against them. It's just that I don't want to keep repeating myself or keep asking them to repeat themselves. So it's just about speaking good English as well. All right. Let's see. What's another question?
Um, Another question. So, a lot of people just when they get in our program, they think like, okay, it's just like everybody else's program. You pay for the mentorship, you get up under somebody, you just stay up under them. Our program is meant for you to learn from us, start building your book of business, and then go from under us, under the brokers, right? All your systems are already there. You know, it's already a great deal. So you're getting an established brokerage. You got the support, great credit, great history. You know, none of that crap. It's actually a real company, no mom and pop, nothing. Nothing. It's a good company. You're getting with them. You learn from us. You know, we're hopping in a group. We got a great community of people. Everybody's just trying to get it. So we get on. Everybody kind of like reaches out to each other and pushes each other and stuff like that. So that's what you're getting. You're hopping in. You're learning. You're getting that atmosphere and community. But once you get those customers on your belt, you're making money. You got it. You can go straight up under the brokerage. You know what I'm saying? All your customers go with you in the background. There's no new credit apps for your customers, nothing like that. You go straight up under them. You're your own company. Just like we advertise our market ourselves as Hudson Freight, you can market yourself just as any business name, you know, if you're willing. So the difference that people think that, okay, if you're a freight agent, like you're not your own business. Wrong. You're your own business. We have a website. You know, customers know us as Hudson Freight, but our bank, our backbone is the brokerage. That's it.
Yeah, and there is a difference between a W-2 freight agent and a 1099 freight agent. We are independent. So we don't actually work for the broker or under the, broker as a W-2 employee. We're truly independent. So like Devin said, the broker is our backing. They have the MC, the authority, the surety bond, like all of that. So we didn't have to go out and purchase any of that in order to be able to operate. That was already set up under the broker. So are independent. And like Devin said, when it comes to once you go under the brokerage that we're under, then you can operate as your own business name, your own logo, have your own website, all of that. Also, you can build your team as you like. You can have a carrier sales department. You can have people that reach out to carriers and build relationships. You can have a sales team. So you can have those agents who, build the relationships on the sales side with the customers. So you can build a agency just as big as someone builds their freight brokerage. So there's no cap on that either. So like Devin said, like you are truly independent. You are a business owner. When your 1099 comes, if you set up your business entity correctly and you want that 1099 to have your business name on it, that's what your business, that's what your 1099 have on it, your business name. Also, when people come into the freight agent program, they want to know, do I have to go out and purchase my own load board access? Do I need to get subscriptions for load boards and all these different things? The
No.
answer is no. We actually supply the load boards for you. So initially, you'll start off with truck stop. Once you become a independent agent of the broker, then you'll actually get access to DAT as well. We also have some additional load boards that we use too. Like if you're doing international shipping, we have a load board for that. If you're doing LTL, we have a platform for that. If you're doing expedited freight, we also have a platform for that. So we pretty much have everything that you need. We also start you off with verified, legit leads. So we're not buying lead lists or anything like that. We have a very well-known, reputable system that we use in order to generate our leads. So you don't have to worry about us buying lead lists and all that kind of stuff, or just giving you recycled leads.
I tell you where they come from. They come from Zoom Info. So that's like the best leads ever. You can look them up. If you want to get a membership, go right ahead. Things like $25K a year. 15K. But that's why I said the leads are going to be great, right? They're you can be able to tell like, okay, if they're more likely to answer the email or the phone, stuff like that. So, we definitely don't give you bullshit leads.
Mm-mm, not at all. The TMS system that we use, you'll actually get access to that as well. So once you start moving freight and you got to book your loads, you got to produce your rate confirmation, you'll also get that system as well. So it's pretty much kind of like a business in a box kind of per se. So you get everything that you need. Plus you're getting us along your journey. You know what I'm saying? So as
But
long as you on the work,
they got to do the work though. That's
right. I was about to segue.
the main part. Because everybody gets in, like you'll see, like, okay, we all know freight brokering, it's a lot of fucking money. You can make a lot of money, but it takes work, a lot of effort. As long as you know that before you hop into it, you golden. But don't hop into it thinking, okay, I'm gonna just hop into it and play with it. Cause we get mentees to hop in all the time. But I just want to get a test load to see how it works. No, we try to do business. Ain't nothing to test. Like I'm a coach that like to push my mentees, right? I'm like I'm all about it. I don't believe in excuses because I believe like, hey, tomorrow not promised. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta like my coach Nancy say, you gotta grind like this your last day. You feel me? You gotta grind like you dying tomorrow, and you gotta leave whatever you make today. That's what your kids get left. You get what I'm saying? Every day, that's what you gotta grind like if you want to get to the top. So my job is to help push everybody to that level because I don't like people just getting in there and be like, God damn, I see Devin out there traveling. No, I want you to be able to do the same thing. I want you to be able to live that life. So I'm gonna push you the best I can,
Mm-hmm.
but you just gotta put in that work. So no, it come in the gate knowing, hey, I'm gonna have to get on the phones. I'm gonna have to build some relationships with shippers. I know everybody's telling y'all, you see stuff online, they're like, oh, calling customers is old and stuff like that. No, nothing beats the
No,
phone. Nothing beats the phone.
I'm
Period.
sorry. It doesn't.
No,
It really doesn't.
we
Hey,
get we got. I
sorry.
just pull up on people. I do better if they see my face. They can't tell me no. They'll tell you no to your face, or they'll lie to you. But that phone, you can't beat that phone. You know what I'm saying? You
You
can't beat that
you
phone. So knowing that, go ahead.
I said you can't. I mean, and if you talk to a lot of old school brokers or agents, that's what they did. And it still works to this day. Calling people on the phone. You have some people that have reached out to companies for a year trying to win their business. Not one time they say I pulled up to try to win their business.
Mm-mm.
They went after that customer for an entire year and it paid off. That customer ended up being their multi-million-dollar customer. Some people think because they get in their car, they drive somewhere. Oh, I'm a pretty face, I'm a handsome face. Like they gonna give me the freight, they gonna give me the opportunity. No, like Devin said, they can lie and say, "Oh, Jack ain't here today." You
Mm-hmm.
know, what you gonna do? You just wasted time, gas, energy. You might have pulled up with some donuts or whatever the case may be. You gotta be prepared for stuff like that. You have to be prepared. And for us, we have only, well, I wouldn't say we, Devin pulled up on one customer one time, and that's all it took. That one time, never did it again. All
I took this, I took
relationships.
this dude. When we first started this business, I took this dude to, and we were broke now. Everybody know my story. We started business broke, so I had to borrow some money. And I think I pawned my PlayStation to be able to take this dude to eat at Smoky
Nope,
Bones.
you had pallet money.
Oh yeah, I had some pallets from my truck left
Mm-hmm.
over. Right? So I took this dude to Smoky Bones. I let him eat because I really ain't had the money like that. I had got a salad, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm all excited, made a post on Facebook. I'm going to have a meeting with my first potential client. I'm all happy and all this stuff, man. And he was on some scam shit. Like, oh man, I got my carriers already. So really what I do is run the pay through through your company, since y'all are brokers. Y'all got quick pay, right? Yeah, so I can run all the stuff through y'all and I can give you like $50 every time I do.
Like,
I said, nah, man. Yeah. I said, you might as well just take me off your list, man. I said, I'm trying to do real business with somebody. I don't want my first customer to be like on some hood shit, man. You know what I'm saying? I apologize. He told us, man, see, I wasn't even gonna give you no real business anyway, big bro, because you showed up to a meeting with some jeans on, bro, and all this. This how he talking to me. And he's a customer. So when I saw that, I'm just like, man, let me just master my craft on his phone. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not taking nobody else out to eat because I got dressed. I drove an hour away, spent my last to to feed somebody who was just gonna try to jerk me over. Whereas if I'm on the phones, I'm building multiple relationships all day. I can tell, okay, who I'm having a good conversation with, and if I'm having a good conversation, a good vibe with this particular customer, hell, I can just hit up Uber Eats in the area or something, get some coffee delivered or some donuts, versus them driving, getting dressed, and actually taking them to a restaurant or something. You feel what I'm saying? So you can't beat the phone. Like the amount of ground I can cover in an hour on the phone, you can't cover in your car. So that's the one thing I learned. Like you have to You can't be afraid of picking up the phone, building relationships, putting yourself out there. You can't be afraid to hear a no. Like a lot of people hear no's and they freeze up, especially a lot of women, because women aren't used to rejection. Y'all used to people adoring y'all and all that kind of stuff. So when somebody rejects y'all, it's like the end of the fucking world. Oh my God, they told me no. But you gotta like really push past the bullshit. Like, okay, big girl panties on, they activated. They told me, oh well, fuck, who's the next one? You know what I'm saying? That's how you got to think about it. You know what I'm saying? So if you come into it with that mindset, like a beast mindset, you'll win.
Absolutely. I mean, we get people from all different backgrounds, all different industries that come into the mentorship program. We get car salesmen, we get nurses, we get people who've been in customer service for years, we get corporate people, we get all kinds of people. And they always say, oh, I'm good at sales. Oh, I can talk to people all day long. Or I'm a car salesman. I do this all day. So I know I'm going to get an opportunity. I know I'm going to get some freight. And they get into this industry and they let it intimidate the hell out of them. Intimidation in this industry is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like we could talk to somebody all day long about some hair, some food places, where I got my earrings from, where I got the fit from, the shoes. We could talk to somebody all day long about some BS, right? But when it comes to talking about something that's gonna put some real money in your pocket, we freeze up. But these people that's on the other end of this phone that you're talking to, they're people just like you. So it's nothing up about. And then plus they can't even see you. You know what I'm saying? So you could always call them back the next day, the next week, or whatever the case may be. They are people just like you.
Just like you, just be yourself. When you get them on the phone, it's appropriate to have an offer to such as dinner or a gift card as an incentive. Nah, because that's gonna be considered kind of like a payola. A lot of customers stuff don't really like that. You can't be like, hey, can I send you something or something? They're gonna automatically say no.
That's like
10 times.
that's like robbery, and they're in corporate. So corporate America people, most of the time, they have policies in place like that. So that's certain things you can't do.
Yeah. So it's like like I said, if you talk to the right person, it's cool. Just be like, hey, you call them more, hey, in the office. All right, cool. I'm drinking my coffee. You want some? Man, I'm gonna send you some coffee right now. That's why I said build a relationship. That's why number one, I start off learn how to build relationships. Because if you're starting to build a relationship with somebody and you saying, oh man, I'm in the office, I'm drinking my coffee. You had yours already? And they're like, no, I ain't had mine yet. I need to go and get to it. You know what? Hold tight. I'm about to order you something right now and some donuts. You know what I'm saying? Let's have a good day. It's not like saying I'm sending you coffee and donuts for free. It's just saying like, hey, we're cool. We're on the phone. You ain't had no coffee yet. I'm sending you some coffee. So you're kind of doing what you're saying doing, but you're not putting it out there like that, right? But then when they get it, they're gonna be like, oh man, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate that. I actually got some loads coming up. I want to, shoot your way. So it's how you do it. It's having tact when you do it versus just straight out saying, can I send you some money?
Absolutely, absolutely. That's a good way to play it off, like segue into it. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, if you build a relationship, you having a conversation, it's nothing. It wasn't like, oh, she intentionally talking about, oh, she want to send me a gift card or a meal. I get what she going. She trying to win me over with food.
Like you can be like if you that type of person and you want to like play that type of game where you like paying for stuff or taking people out, you could, like I say, first and foremost start build relationships with people, even if there's no freight there. You be like, hey, you know what I'm saying? I know they got my Hawks coming to your city, such and such, man. I got tickets, coming out that way, man. Hey, if you're gonna be available, man, you come on chill with us. You know what I might do want to go, that type of thing. Then you can have them there, that type, It's just all about how you do it. It's all about how you do it. But number one, the relationship got to get built first. If you're just a stranger trying to throw money at somebody, it's not going to work.
Absolutely, absolutely. I was trying to find my freaking book. I don't know what it is.
Mm.
Um, what's oh, the split. What's the split when you come on under us as an agent? It is 60-40. So you get 60%, the agency gets 40. Now, once you're on track to have $1 million book of business and you're moving freight for 3 shippers consecutively for 3 months, you're pretty much on track to go under the broker. So once you go under them, it's a 70-30 split. You get 70%, the brokers gets 30. And then like Devin said, any customers that you're working with while under us, we do not keep any of your customers. Everything stays with you, transitions with you directly under the brokerage.
All right, free massage. I don't want to hear that. Give you a little bit. Come on, it's game time. We got afterpay. We got payment options. We got a couple. We got a lower price for just the online training. It's the first quarter, baby. You got first quarter is when you go ahead and start playing the game. You know what I mean? Don't hop in on the third and fourth. You like, man. And all I'm gonna tell you, hey, when they come back around to the first, that's when they're gonna be looking for you. Right now is the time, you know what I'm saying? You know, like I tell my mentees, I got one mentee who had stepped away from it for a minute. He came back about 2 weeks ago, killing everybody. Killing everybody.
He was gone for an entire year.
Entire year. Came back, been back 2 weeks, busting them, right?
He surpassed people who have been in the agency, in the program for over a year. Maybe 2.
he, he done made more than them in 2 weeks than they done made in 2 years. You know what I'm saying? So
It has to be in you.
it got to be in you. That's all I can say.
In you. You can't, it's no half-assing. It's no half-assing in this industry. If you really want to make some real money, you can't get in here playing no games. You have to build those relationships. If you that person is just like so gung-ho about, oh, I gotta pull up, if you gonna pull up, do it. And make sure you're good at it.
And do
make sure you're consistent. Huh?
They gotta do it a lot.
Yeah, you gotta be consistent with it. You can't just do it one day or twice a week. No, that if that's gonna be your thing, you gotta get out there and kill it. If you that person is like, oh my God, I just want to build relationships on social media, this, that, and the third. If that's your thing, I'm not even finna try to keep convincing you what you need to do. But if social media is your thing, do it well, be consistent with it. But for us, nothing beats the old school method, phone calls. People may say cold calling dead, all this kind of stuff. But there are tools, there's Google, there's all kind of different things you could do to research the customer and also have their name to make it a warm phone call situation versus a cold call. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Yeah. No, his book of business he did not have. If you leave your business for a whole year and don't communicate with nobody, like you just say, I'm done. You think they're gonna still do business with you a year later? No, you had to start reaching back to the people that he touched on a year ago. Didn't even remember who he was, and started rebuilding fresh out the gate. Built it brick by brick, straight up.
Yes. And the crazy thing too is we came back December. So from December to now, he's already built his reputation up with this customer to the point where this customer had 2 brokers, well, 2 more brokers that they were dealing with. And though both brokers fucked up a load each, it put him at the top. So now he's getting ready to take over everything that they were giving him on top of those 2 brokers who messed up.
Right.
And he did a weekend load. We always tell everybody, you may not have to be in front of your computer 24/7, but you damn sure better answer that phone when a customer call you, especially on the weekend. It's going to make you look very, very good.
Mm-hmm. That's what he did. And like right now, the main thing is timing. Some luck's involved, but a whole lot of action. Like people got to know who you are. You know what I'm saying? You got to follow up. You got to continuously call and continuously do it. And you're going to strike. Like it just is what it is. It ain't like you got to know all the latest and greatest terms in freight. Every customer I've never gotten by talking about freight. What everybody said, they tell you sell online, tell me you can save on money, you got trucks in it. I never said none of that shit. I've never said none of that stuff. I get on the phone and have a regular conversation about how rainy it is outside. Is it rainy up there? You know what I'm saying?
To the
But for
point, to the point they're like, what's your name? Where you calling from again?
come on, man. I have conversations with people. It's less aggressive, less abrasive. People like asking people how their day are. Stop calling people just trying to get past everybody to get to a person to talk about nothing. Have a conversation like with the gatekeeper. Everybody has this. I see all this stuff. Gatekeeper, gatekeeper. Man, I am friends with most gatekeepers I talk to because I call and I just talk to them. I'm trying to say, okay, I know you're having a good day. You know what I'm saying? What we got going on? What you eat for lunch? Build relationships with the gatekeeper so that way when you actually talk to the person in charge, the gatekeeper can put you on enough game about the person. Like they're telling you, okay, Charles cool. Oh no, he off to lunch, man. He back about 2 o'clock. You know, he don't like to come in before 2. Like they give you all the game on the person you need to talk to. So when you talk to them, they gonna be like, oh, this is Devin. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said build relationships, man. That's the number one thing. That's the part that a lot of people skip. We're so worried about the bread, but we know the relationships come with the bread. You know what I'm saying? And talking to shippers and manufacturers, managers, operation managers, it's the same as talking to anybody else. You just gotta get past people get so stuck in their head. I'm talking to the manager, the corporate person of operations for this company. He regular. He probably could live in your neighborhood. You don't even know it. Just have regular.
Exactly. Another question that we get is, what days of the week do you guys make phone calls? We make.
Tuesday through Fridays.
Mm-hmm.
I don't prefer making calls on Mondays because I know as myself, Mondays are like one of the biggest and busiest days. Like I woke up this morning, it's been busy, busy, busy. So Mondays are like, I ain't gonna say busy, it's like hectic days. You know what I'm saying? So it's terrible on Mondays because people are trying to catch up from the weekend. You're getting all your new shipments in. You're kind of getting all your orders for the week together. So listen to somebody talk about how they can save money or go over this field, you're not gonna want to hear
Mm-mm.
it. Tuesdays through Fridays, perfect. The absolute best day to call people is on Fridays. Why? Because they're more relaxed. They're ready for the weekend. You know what I'm saying? All that good stuff. They're not all this, the stress of the week is over. You know, and you can hit them with the Happy Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Of Happy Friday. Hit them with Happy Friday, and you good. Talk about what they're gonna do for the weekend. But Fridays are the best days.
I seen somebody on LinkedIn say, "Don't call on Fridays." I'm like, because people are ready to go home. I'm like, that's more of a reason to call because they're relaxed.
Every customer I've locked in has been on a Friday. It's been on a Friday.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, first one, what
That's thing. Like,
one person don't work for the next?
one guy said, I love this business. It's just the overhead is crazy. We don't have no overhead. That's why I got rid of my trucks. I had trucks. I had overhead. I had insurance. We were stressed out. We about to get evicted because of all the overhead. My truck kept breaking down. I was up under. I couldn't afford the mechanic. I'm up under there changing the oil. My whole oil pan leaking. I'm up under resealing it myself. First time I resealed it, I ain't do it right. So then I crunked that shit up and oil just started going straight down the street of my neighborhood. I'm like, fuck. Get back under the truck, you know what I'm saying? I done all that, man. My doggone transmission line, my high power transmission line, look, the high pressure transmission line, I had a Hino. Doggone, I got stuck in the mud at somebody's house one of my first deliveries. And this dude came and winched me out. I don't know. We kept on revving up. We done fucked my truck up, man. I'm talking about antifreeze going everywhere, right? So then I get home and it's like, it's leaking transmission fluid. So I ordered the transmission line from Hino, finally come. But I'm still riding with it. Like, I'm still going janky. I'm like, fuck it. So I started changing myself. I don't know nothing about being a mechanic, first off. I have no mechanical skills, period.
Just a little
So
YouTube.
it was YouTube, right? I get up under, I change the whole shit. They give me some little putty shit. I put it on there, crank the truck up, come to the house, say, babe, I did it. I got it right. Man, we look outside. There's so much transmission fluid going down the street in the neighborhood, man. They didn't call the police. It's terrible, man. So, here I go again, back up on the truck. More of the story is, fuck that overhead. We have none. I got into this seat of being a freight agent because while I was out there on that sorry ass truck, I built relationships. I got there and started shaking some hands and letting people know like I can do the job. When people call me, like when I was on my truck, I had local contracts. So when these companies would call me on Friday saying, "Hey, we got this Georgia state pickup or something like that. We got different pickups," I'll be like, "Yeah, I'll do it." So they saw my work ethic in like my box truck off top. So when they saw my work ethic in my box truck, when I came off that truck and I couldn't afford it no more, I went to them as an agent. I said, "Y'all know my work ethic. Y'all know how I am. Give me a chance on this side of the fence." You know what I'm saying? And that's what happened. They gave me a chance on that side of the fence. So if you're in that truck, you like, I'm tired of overhead, start building relationships with the people that you're picking up and delivering for, people in your network now. People always ask me, how can I get ready? If you're in the truck, start building relationships. Start going into the office. Stop bitching and complaining at the receivers and shippers, and start going in there like actually shaking hands, talking to the people behind the counter, smiling with them, laughing with them, learning about what they do. So that way, while you're in that truck, when people say, "I'm waiting 4 or 5 hours to ship," while you're waiting, you can have 3 or 4 other trucks pull up and get loaded while you're there and get paid even more. You know what I'm saying? So think outside the box. But yeah, fuck that overhead. That's why we agents.
If I purchase before the masterclass begins, what steps could I take to better position myself? Go ahead and start building your shipper list. The more shippers you have, the better off you'll be. And when I say by what I mean when I
All right. Sometimes. Nervous.
right. And what I mean by that is when you start getting shippers, don't go out to Amazon, Walmart, Target, Kroger. No, you want to go after their competitors. You want to go after smaller companies than
If
that.
you
You want to think,
heard too big, how about that?
go
Know
ahead.
the name of the company is too big for you to go after.
Yeah,
Like if it's a household name, if you heard them before, don't go after them.
exactly. Pretty much.
Don't go after steel. Don't go after lumber. Think outside the box. Look in your house. Walk around your house and think about everything in your house that had to get shipped, and think about what it took to make it. People don't think. I know one guy. He built his whole brokerage off of being in the elevator looking at a pen and like, I wonder what all it took to make this pen. Saw that it had rubber, saw that it had plastic, saw that it had ink, saw the tips, researched the products and the makers of all these different kind of products, where it was ink, the metal tips, or plastic or rubber, and that's how he started building his business.
And that's how you have to think about logistics. That's how you have to think about freight. Like you have to break it down to the simplest form. Because it's like even packaging for candy. Oh, the packaging is not made most of the time in the same place that the candy is made. So that's two separate, shippers. If you think about a needle, like the syringe, the needle part, the part that you push, all that has to be put together. It's not manufactured in the same place. Think about a house, all the building material that has to be brought in just to build a house. You got the roof, you got the shingles, you got the sheetrock, you got the installation, you got the door, you got the floor, you got the knobs, you got all these different things.
The glass
Think about the
windows.
windows. Let's think about a computer. You got the shelling of the computer, you got the motherboard, you got the pieces that go on the motherboard. You know what I'm saying? So everything is broken down. A lot of stuff is not made at the same manufacturer.
Yeah.
So, huh?
But then also like because people like you're running to this thing of when you're calling shippers, a lot of people say like you hear a customer say like we're on a customer router, right?
Mm-hmm.
Track it backwards to who their customers may be. So like I had one person they were calling a company that makes polyurethane. And so I was like, okay, cool. Who uses polyurethane? So they started going deeper. Okay, polyurethane is well y'all showing some no BOL. Polyurethane is used in like airplane seats, car seats, stuff like that. I said, well, go a little deeper. See who manufactures airplane seats or seats within 100-mile radius of them. You know what I'm saying? And that would be who you would go after because they would reach out to them to get the polyurethane to finish making the seats. So sometimes you got to think like ahead. Like when people say like customer route, okay, what kind of customer would purchase from them or have to be able to source from them? to be able to finish building out their products and work backwards.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Um,
Yeah, we definitely will start to go live more. Tia been trying to get me to go live. She's like, we going live, we going live. And I'll be like,
it's
no.
like pulling teeth. But you know, with going, I mean, you know, when you've done like all this mental work all day, sometimes you just do not have the energy and you don't want to come on here and half-ass your energy. You know what I'm saying? And then sometimes we just don't do it. And we always say we're gonna get better. We're gonna be on here more. Uh, we really need to get better.
People hitting us something like, y'all need to start doing more YouTube stuff. And I'll be like, I got to. So I got everything set up in my new office area. So we're gonna try to put more content out there
Mm-hmm.
and try to be able to pop in. Cause yeah,
Mm-hmm. One,
opportunity.
one,
How to
one thing about it, ladies, if you want your man to do something, sometimes you just gotta take initiative and force them into things. That has an office in the basement, and I'll be like, hey, you know, you can come up here. You know, I got my office upstairs, got an extra office up here. I'm like, hey, you know, you can work up here. No, I'm in my man cave. It's comfortable down here. Got my lights, got my equipment. I can make some beats over here, and I can turn around over here, and I can answer the phone, and I can book a load. You can come out of this box. Some you can come upstairs and communicate. We have to meet each other. Have like I go down the stairs sometimes. He come up the stairs sometimes. So we just meeting each other in the middle. So now I had to force him out of the basement and upstairs. And how I did that was, you see where he's sitting at? I went in there and decorated that shit, put it all together, plugged everything up. You got your lights, you got your camera, you got everything. Now he loves it. And he be up here.
Yep.
I
I'll be up here.
love that for you.
I'll
And
be up here. You happy? I got TV. I'm chilling. I'm out the
yeah,
basement. All right. So I'll live now. How about that?
it,
I'll do live.
exactly. So he is out the basement a lot more. Yay for Devin.
Man, you and your friends. I know y'all have y'all little insider class. He need to come out that cave. Like,
It's,
it was quiet.
yeah,
But
that's
yeah,
the
we'll be outside, man. We're gonna definitely try to answer any other questions y'all have too, man, about being a freight agent, being a freight agency. Like I said, you know, I know over the past year people talked about the freight recession and stuff like that. Well, it ain't recession no more. It ain't recessing. It's it's pumping. So you might want to just pop in. That's about it.
yeah. It definitely has picked up. Like people were saying, you know, slow across the board. It was definitely slow for us as well. Excuse me, but it did not stop. You know what I'm saying? It didn't slow all the way down. But the money that we were used to making, we weren't making it as consistently as we are normally used to making it. But
Mm-hmm.
but the margin, our profit margins did go up.
And that's the crazy thing. Like, even though it was a freight recession, and did we actually did like more lows than the previous year, but it wasn't the amount of growth that I thought that we should have had.
Yeah.
But our margins did go up, so we did make, I don't know, maybe like 50,000 more than the previous year, but it just wasn't the amount of growth that we could have made had it not been as slow. Like the peak season did not peak like it usually peaked. So right now, I think that people are starting to really buy. The market's starting to come alive again. So freight is starting to move. For the past month or two, it's really been going. So
Mm-hmm.
especially in the March, because I call March Madness every year. It's like clockwork. Every year March hits, and it's like the the gates open.
Yeah.
What?
And another thing too, when it comes to the logistics industry, we've been in it for 8 years on the freight agent side. So we've, you know, been through the ups and downs, the bumps, the bruises, all of that. The one thing I can say is that we never hopped out. So a lot of people got into this industry during the pandemic because it was sexy. It looked very appealing to people. You know, a lot of people went out of stuff like that. We did not segue into buying trucks or anything like that. We stayed true to being a freight agent. So that's another thing. Like when the market, you know, starts to shift or, you know, a dip or whatever the case may be, you got to stay the course. Because guess what? All the people that got out is making room for all of us who stayed in. So it's putting us more at the top. You know what I'm saying? So when those customers have more freight come in, more opportunities, it's gonna go to the ones who stayed in it. Those ones they're gonna try to hop back in it when they get hot. Not
We're gonna be already.
because you like to jump ship. You show how you are and how you do business. You know what I'm saying? You like to jump ship. And I understand some people really did have to get out. Otherwise, they would have lost pretty much everything that they had. So I definitely understand that. But when you're getting into an industry, when it's popping, when it's hot, when it looks good, you got to be prepared for when there are dips. And for us, like Devin said before, we don't have any overhead as freight agents. So when things happen or trucks break down, fuel goes up, all that kind of stuff, drivers, you know, you got to worry about driver retention. That has nothing to do with us as freight agents. Nothing. The owners of the trucks have to worry about the fuel. The owner of the trucks or the trucking company got to worry about the driver retention and the breakdowns and stuff like that.
What books do you recommend for sales? My number one is the Sales Bible, and with the Greatest Salesman Ever. Those are my top two. But anything in sales, dealing with people, stuff like that. But I always recommend the Sales Bible. And like Wolf of Wall Street, anything sales mindset, related. I am K. John. Where there's a fear, where there's fear, there'll be opportunity. Of course.
That's right. Absolutely. And that's where most of the money is going to lie at. No matter how much we preach about the amount of money you can make in this industry, that fear for some people, they let it get the best of them.
Man, everybody called me Bone Crusher back in the day because I had long hair, man. So I've always lived by the premise I ain't never scared. I'm gonna go after whatever I want. I mean, when I met Tia, she told me I wasn't her type. She was like I wasn't her type, and that
Oh,
she really had kind of feelings for me. I said, you don't understand. Every woman that fuck with me fall in love with me. I said, give me a few. Guess what? She in love, baby. You know what I'm saying? But I can tell her how you feel now. Man, like you gotta have that confidence, man. Like I got confidence in me. Like I always live by the premise of if I go work for somebody and I got confidence in them, I got faith in them that they can continue to carry out their plan and they're going to continue to be strong. But if they business fuck up, guess what they're gonna let go? The employees, they're gonna let you go. They're gonna still. I've been there. I've had jobs and I was loyal to the jobs. Went there every day. I was like yes or no sir, all that type of shit, right? But then when the company had to do layoffs, guess what? Bye, Devin. I don't care nothing about the ass, you kids. You got to go. You know what I'm saying? We cutting people. You know what I'm saying? So once you realize that, you just a number. It's either like, damn, do I put all my faith in somebody else or do I put it all in myself? I ain't never let me down. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go hard for me. So you gotta buckle past the fear. My fear is failing. It's failing my kids, failing myself. And I can't fail myself as long as I don't quit and don't stop. So shit, don't stop.
Yeah. Simple as that. Simple as that. I think that was I'm trying to think of another question. I think that was pretty much it. Oh, how soon after the class can I start reaching out to customers? Immediately. There is no waiting period. We teach you everything you need to know during the virtual class. You'll have all the tools you need to get started immediately. Get started.
Some
We don't go back.
people do it before the class started. Like some people actually pop in and be like, okay, I'm ready to go ahead and do what I got to do. I ain't got time to wait till March or whatever it is. I'm gonna go ahead and start calling now. I done went through the online training. I got a gist of everything. Got to get my email set up and start doing it. I'm not going to stop nobody because some of my best mentees came out the gate like, I already know what I want to do. I did my research. Let me get my email. Let me call. What's the procedures for A, B, and C? Let's go. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And they take off. The worst ones that don't really do nothing is the ones that I get all my stuff together. You know what I'm saying? I can't make a phone call. I have to get an LLC started. I need my phone line. My desk needs to be set up perfectly. I need to have this. I need to have branded pens. I need to have a work uniform together. I didn't make phone calls this week, but I'm going to start in 2 weeks because I need to just get this together. People that wait for the perfect time will never, ever succeed. This is like let's go type of business, not a I'm going to get everything together and make sure it's perfect first. That's never going to come. That's like trying to save up enough money to do something. It's like something's going to always happen to push you back. You know what I'm saying? Like, just do it. You know what I'm saying?
They're just going to be blaming it on the devil. Oh, the devil did. The devil did.
Devil to do it. Just do it. Like, people, if you somebody who feel like I got to have everything completely perfect before I start something, I know it won't work for you. I know it won't work for you. It won't. I've seen it. I'll be like, man, don't even waste your money. For people who are like, this is for people who are hustlers. You got a mouthpiece. You're not scared to pick up a phone. You believe in yourself. You got the mindset of like, hey, look, it's go time. I ain't got no plan B. This plan A about to take the fuck off.
Mm-hmm.
And you put all into it. And you be yourself. Be genuine. If you yourself and you're genuine, you got a good personality, your mouthpiece strong, you likable, you win. Because people do business with people they like. So if you're not a likable person, you monotone, it's gonna suck. It's gonna suck. You're gonna be like, oh, there ain't no freight.
Mm-hmm.
if you got personality, some kind of spunk about yourself, talking on the phone with people, they're gonna like you and they're gonna want to do business with you. Period.
Absolutely. Last question. What is the difference between being up under Hudson and being up under the broker? So the difference is once you leave from under Hudson and you go under the broker, that means that you have an established book of business. You know how to work all the systems, utilize your tools, build your rate confirmations, talk to your customers, talk to carriers, all of that. Because once you go under the broker, there is no hand holding. There is no, oh, I lost my customer. Now what am I going to do? Because you're costing the broker money. If you're not producing, they're not holding on to you. You're not a baby over there. They're not cradling you over there. You got to come in ready. You got to be producing. You got to be working. You got to have your customer. You got to have your shit together. The time to not really have your shit together and ask all the questions and all of that, that's why you're under us. So you can build all of that up. You don't have as many questions when you go over there. When you do go under the broker and you got questions, it's real deal questions. You got real deal situations going on when it comes to customers and your carriers. Other than that, you really ain't got shit to talk about.
You know,
If you ain't got no customers and
you're not
carriers, they're
calling. What do I say to customers? How do I post a load? Like those questions are getting answered with us.
not.
You know what I'm saying? By the time you go up under them, you asking questions like, okay, how do I scale within this company? How do I'm able to get this company to a certain credit line? You know, do we offer this extra service? This company needs this extra insurance amount. Those are the kind of questions you're asking once you're under the brokerage because you're trying to grow your business in another way. But once you're under us, you know, that's when you're like, okay, how do I do this? How do I, you know, pursue this kind of customer? What do I say on the phone? I need help posting a load. Oh shit, my carrier just broke down. I got a hot shipment. I need help. How can I fix it? We come in and be like, okay, I got some trucks on the way. See how much you got on the load, stuff like that. Make sure your rate confirmations are tight because that's a big thing. Like the wording on your rate confirmation can make you or break you. If you don't have all of your special instructions, like if a carrier is late, if a carrier misses an appointment, if they don't count the pieces when they're loaded, what'll happen? If they don't track the load, you know, stuff like that. You got to have all that stuff in your notes, in your rate confirmation, because if something happens, which it will, because it's trucking and you're dealing with people, so something's going to happen. You have to be able to cover yourself and your customer. All right. So that's the main things. You know, your shit.
So with that being said, for anybody who is looking to hop into the next mentorship, it is March 1st through March 3rd. It's $14.97. We also do partner with Afterpay. So you can break down your payments into four through Afterpay if you're looking for a payment plan option. We no longer do in-house financing. And also, it, like I said, it's $14.97, and that's like the lowest we've had it. Our mentorship is typically $3,500. Okay, and it was a 6-week mentorship program, so we kind of broke it down. Instead of having it one day a week for 6 weeks, we just broke it down to the 3 days. Because a lot of times people will get in, they're just ready to go. They're ready to go. The 6 weeks was too long, so we broke it on down to make it a little shorter. But you still get the same information. You still get the same amount of attention. You still get everything else that's included. We just shortened the actual mentorship. So we're going to go ahead and hop off if nobody else has any questions. And I guess whenever we decide to go back live, we'll be back.
We're gonna hop back on live later on. We gonna
Okay.
get we hop back on here, man. Everybody keep telling us to hop on live and keep telling us to do YouTube content and all that shit, man. So we're gonna do all that. We're gonna start getting more live, start getting more out here, because if we don't, somebody else will, and they'll be giving y'all the wrong information. They'll be trying to cap, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, we ain't doing enough because people still do not understand what a freight agent is. People still do not know that we exist, and a lot of people are still out here setting up brokerages and don't know what the hell they doing. They spending thousands of dollars getting set up, but don't know what to do after that. And then you got those people that's out there like, well, keep going, keep doing it. Da, 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 da. Meanwhile, you don't even know what that means to keep going and keep doing it because you don't even know what the hell you're doing in the first place.
first thing is, in the time it takes them to set their brokerage up, figure out what systems to use, get everything set up. Our mentees are already moving loads, reaching out to customers. They got everything. They're under a seasoned brokerage. So you're going after these companies. They're research, because keep in mind, these customers research the people they do business with. So they're looking at you like, okay, it's a new brokerage. It's out somebody's house versus, this established business in the actual office. Oh, look at their financials, 60 million last year. Think I want to do business with them. You know what I'm saying? Get up under somebody established. You can't, don't try to get out here and start something brand new. Get up on somebody established. They got the credit, got the financials, all that good stuff. She ain't checking her phone. Xanadu. She ain't checking it, Xanadu.
Not
Um,
my phone.
just get up on somebody established so you can do the right thing and really grow your business in a timely manner, because time costs you money. Wasting time costs you money. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. And another thing before we go that we always mention, for anybody that's looking to be a freight agent, yes, there are brokerages that you can go under that's not going to charge you anything. But keep in mind, those brokerages are new. More than likely, they've taken a course. So they're looking for agents to come in and help build their business. They are looking, if you need help, they're not going to be able to help you because they are new themselves. So you're wasting your time, they're wasting your time and their time as well. And also, let's just say you do get a customer and a carrier is, looking to move your load, and the MC number is new up under that broker. 9 times out of 10, that broker is not set up with factoring, in which most carriers do factoring. They're not going to take your load. So you've done all of that work. Now you got to try to find another brokerage to go under. Now that customer has to do another credit app if that broker that you're under has all the proper tools and stuff set up. So you got to be very, very careful, because you can be left on the hook for some shit that a broker didn't check credit for a customer, and that customer goes bankrupt. Now you've moved a couple of loads and know who's going to pay the carriers.
You might be a whole 30, 40,000. You be like, God,
Yeah.
late.
So you got to be very, very, very careful. I know some people like to take the cheap route out. They don't want to pay for mentorship. They don't want to pay for help and all these kind of things. But I'm telling you, mentorship really, really helps. It saves you in the long run. You know what I'm saying? A lot of of us go out and spend $1,400 on a bag, on a pair of shoes, on a trip, on some hair. You know what I'm saying? Why not invest that into yourself, into your business, and you can gain that money right back? I'm telling you, if you get in here and you build relationships, that $1,500 ain't shit. You can make that back literally in like 2 loads.
Yeah. Really one if you right customer.
I, I mean, yeah, but realistically, that's kind of like don't happen all the time. So at least, 2 or 3 loads, you can make that $1,500 back. So you have to think about it. You got to think outside the box. You got to, you know what I'm saying, be a little bit more strategic about it, because yeah, you may find a new broker who just got set up, but it's going to be a waste of time. We get those calls 24/7 with people going up under new brokers, or people setting up brokerages and don't know what they're doing, so now they want to be a freight agent. Or we get dispatchers who want to segue into being freight agents. Like they tried dispatching, they don't really like it, so now they want to be an agent. To me, personally, if you're thinking about being a dispatcher, you might as well be an agent. Hey, that's what most people do.
Be like my dog Mark Jones and be out here chilling with no shirt on.
Oh Lord, Mark gonna be like,
oh, everybody else said, I bet my dog ain't got no shirt on right now. Right in front. He sitting on the beach, probably doggone got damn my tie shirt open. Freight agent. King.
Mark probably like, this dude is crazy.
Every time I see your name pop up, boy. No shirt shortage.
Exactly.
Woo! But yeah, we outside, man. I'm about done. We about done, back?
Yes.
Anybody?
That's it. I ain't got no.
What's up, JP Cutter? I ain't brushing my head over this courtesy of JP Cutter.
Well, at least he ain't come on here and call you out like he did last time.
You need a haircut before you go live.
Exactly.
I got
You are welcome. Thank y'all so much for tapping in. Yeah, we gotta go to TikTok.
Whatever. Let's go.
Gotta head over to TikTok. See y'all later. We'll be back about sometime tonight. Probably about 9:00 when it give everybody time to get home.
Holla, everybody.
All right. See y'all tonight.